Hello, Poolie. Welcome in. How are you doing? Today we're playing more Stardew. We're on the new schedule, so that's fun. We had a bit of Billy Joel at the start. And yeah, I just had dinner. I'm good. And I'm ready to play. We're ready for perfection, although I'm not ready to play Journey of the Prairie King. So I was gonna play it today, but no, I don't want to now. We will play it eventually. And I am gonna do, what is it, save scumming or something like that. That's what it's called. I've decided I will be doing that when it comes to the perfection route. Concerned Ape put it in, therefore he wants us to use it. So we're gonna go into our game. And we're gonna have a good day. It's Penny's birthday. Listen, okay? Concerned Ape put it in for a reason. Therefore, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Even he said he doesn't understand why he made it so hard. So, you know. Poolie, if you felt the pain of Journey of the Prairie King, you would understand completely. Okay, I did play day 1 just to get the crops into the ground. But yeah, they were crazy. Why am I carrying fish bait around with me? So, we've got crops down here, we've got crops up there. We have crops everywhere. And we do need to get another fish pond. I can't remember what I planted where, if I'm completely honest with you. Here's fiber, that I know. I was gonna see if I could move the animals up to here. Then we'd have a lot more space down here for I don't know what. But I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure. Oh god, look at them all. I do need to get a new Quee quest also, because we have one more recipe to buy off him. We have milk. We can use the milk. We can sell that and that and that. That's fine, that's fine. I also need sheds to start an indoor cactus farm. Because I need cactus, and I don't have cactus because I kept selling all my cactus. Oh god, I need to look where I'm going. And I need rhubarb. I need rhubarb so badly. I'm not sure where... Or did I plant it? I'm not even sure. There's Penny. Penny, 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 Penny. It's your birthday. Here. Oh, is this for me? For my birthday? You are welcome. How many hearts did that give us with you? We're almost full. Okay. We need to work on Sebastian, Abigail, and Harvey a bit. We need to figure out what their loved gifts are. Sebastian, I know he likes frozen tears. Harvey, I'm not sure. Harvey could be anything, to be honest. Pam, move. Although I do need to go to the desert. Yes! I haven't named him yet. He looks like a Pedro. And he sits on my head, which I love. Should zoom in a little. There we go. Yes, we'll go Calico Desert. Or maybe a pool. Pool parrot. Who knows? Why am I not drinking my triple shot? Like, you know, it's here. I have to drink it. We need all the cactus right now. Because I'm an idiot and didn't keep any. I also need to buy starfruit. Okay. Oh my god. I'm not sure if he'll take different kinds of cactus is the only thing. So I'm gonna buy like a few. 10 being a few. You can buy it. There we go. Okay, I didn't know you could buy it. Oh, well, right. I'm gonna try and pronounce your name. Oh, well, Pikel? Pielko? Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? I hope I did not butcher your name. But I hope you are doing well. I want to buy a clothesline. Pikel. Pikel. Did I say it right? I hope I said it right. How are you doing? Welcome in. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay. How are you? How have you been? Good. I'm glad. We are just playing some Stardew. We're so close to perfection. Bucko, I'm sorry I left you. I am doing good. I'm doing well. I'm slowly driving myself insane, trying to get perfection, but we're gonna get there. We're almost there. We're gonna buy another obelisk now. I always struggle to say that word. Yes, and I haven't even tried Geneva Prairie King yet. That is gonna drive me absolutely insane. I think it's gonna be like a full stream of just me screaming internally and probably externally. Are you a Stardew player? You like Stardew? This golden clock. It's 20 iridium bars? God damn. You hold the front door, sir. I will be right back. How long have you been playing Stardew for? What do you love about the game? Okay, I need to zoom out a bit. Even with glasses, I can't focus my eyeballs. Am I growing rhubarb is the question I need to ask myself. I think I am. You've done it twice. Have you reached perfection? Because it's driving me insane. Do you have any tips or tricks? Right, we need more iridium. Oh, that's too much iridium. There we go. Yeah, I think I might move the animals. Even though all their wheat and hay is down here. It should be fine. My husband, well, chat voted for Shane, so I am married to Shane. Which is a very controversial. But it's okay. I'm living with it. Hannah, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? We get another obelisk. Khaleesi, learn. We are gonna get the desert one. Finally. I didn't know all this time. Yeah, Shane. We got married to Shane. There we go. Yes, chat. Chat voted for Shane, therefore I got Shane. Hey, listen, if it was up to me, it would have been someone else. I was being tortured. Sebastian. I'm 100% a Sebastian girl. It is Pika's fault, I think. We all blame Pika here. Okay. How are you doing, Hannah? I'm thinking of moving the animals over here so I have more space over there. What do you think? You have a latte? Sounds delicious. My dog just burped really loud. It's your puppy's 3rd birthday. Happy birthday to the puppy. Puppies are so cute. Little demons, but also so freaking cute. I need to make a load of fences. And hope I have enough. 3 of those. I have no fiber, that's correct. No, never be sorry. I think you're doing very well. So... I'm gonna put an entrance here, an entrance here, and an entrance here. Water sheep, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Oh, I should have... Oh wait, no, I can't plant grass right now. I was gonna say I should plant grass underneath the fence. Now, is that gonna be enough room? That for now, so that that isn't eaten. Hello, hello, water sheep. How you doing? Thank you. You've got a peach iced tea. Sounds delicious. Thank you also for the happy flap. Well, thank you. No, honestly, here we're really chill. And if I don't understand, it's completely fine. Yeah, it's completely fine. My brain doesn't always work either, so I speak English and sometimes I can't even speak English. Okay, Cal. Can you guess who I married? Okay. Who? First, is it a female or a male? That is first what I need to know. I think I made too many hardwood fences. Female. Ugh. Penny? I know Penny's kind of popular, right? Probus and his little clothing line. Not Penny. Emily or Haley? Can you marry Emily? I don't know. Hannah's a Emily lover. Okay. Love to see it. I don't think Robin's gonna be there, is she? But we can go over to our beautiful desert farm without... I feel like everyone loves Haley. Also, to anyone watching who isn't subscribed, doesn't have turbo or an ad blocker, ads are about to start. So please, oh god damn it. Please feel free to grab yourself a drink, stretch your legs, and I'll be here waiting for you to return. I need to make loads more beehives. Why am I missing 2 seeds? What the heck? Why am I like this? I guess you're right. Usually though, just when I've made my mind up, I'm like, yeah, no. And I just don't like her. Fairy roses. Ancient seeds, that's what I want to plant. Oh wait, why am I going down there? It needs to go here. Because I don't know why I missed 2 spots. Right. I want to plant an apple tree. Can't be planted here, okay. Can apple trees just not be planted here in the desert? Is that what it's trying to tell me? Because none of my fruit trees seem to be growing over here. What a sheep with your 20 stream streak. Let's go. Let's go. Look at you all being the greatest people ever. We obsess over it, but we don't play it. Wait, why have I got a random beehive and then... Am I missing one? What is going on? Interesting. Interesting. Like, can you plant the trees here? Why can I not plant a tree here? It makes no sense, but okay. It's fine. My trees aren't growing and I'm very sad about it. I'll just put them in here for now. We are growing our collection back up. In the summer. Right now. This one's spring. This one is in the fall. Okay. And I want to make an indoor cactus farm. Thank you, Hannah, for hydrating Nyrax. Oh my god, Bucko, I'm sorry I left you in the dark. Okay, we also need to buy more silver, iron, and copper. Okay. Why can I not speak today? See? I can't speak today. But I also wanted to make the animal area look cute. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but I want to. Considering I'm out of fiber. But I feel like we could use the straw floor. What am I out of? Fiber. Okay. Do I have stepping stones? Do I have Yes, I do. I have bluegrass. What else can we use? How can we make... Yeah, you can call me Cal, Lisi, anything. Everyone just calls me anything. As long as it's like, you know, appropriate. I don't really care. Yeah, call me anything. I do not mind. Do I have coal? I do. We can make some stumps. They call me anything. Yeah, yeah. I guess I dug the hole for myself there, huh? Okay, hopefully now that will mean grass will still spread, right? I don't want to... take up too much. Of the space. Okay. But I don't want to take up too much of the space where it can all grow, is what I'm trying to say. Cute. And we can have like one of those little bed areas. Like this. I know it's getting late, game. Be nice to me. I'm decorating. Sometimes I think the game hates me. And it doesn't want me to have nice things. Okay. Let me catch up on chat. I saw a trick where you plant grass and do the lightning thingy on top. Yes, I do that over in the other place. I should probably just bring my lightning rods over, shouldn't I? Oh god, I'm gonna pass out. Okay, we can move the barn and stuff over. Okay, I need to zoom. I need to zoom! Oh my god. Yes, you can also put light torches on the fence, but I feel like they're not that cute looking. Okay, let's go to sleep. Harvey is a scam, honestly. I need to start gifting him stuff, but I don't want to. Because he's a meanie and he takes all our money. Okay. We've got Elliot's birthday this week, so I need to figure out what our 3 least, you know, relationship people. I need to know what Harvey, Abigail, and Sebastian really love. I know Sebastian likes Frozen Tears. Maybe even Jodie and the Wizard. Because I need to work on these relationships a bit more. Oh god, hello child. Okay. Oh, I didn't shut the barns up. Khaleesi, why are you like this? Why are you like this, Khaleesi? I feel like here. This is where we need to put it. Ow. Okay. This is gonna annoy me, but we'll make it work. Somehow. I'll put a light here for warmth. It's okay. And then we'll put another light, like, here for warmth. There we go. I am so smart. I don't know how I do it. 1, 2, 3. I want to get rid of that one. Even if we just move like the barn animals over. Like I'm scared that if I move the barns, then the animals are just going to be loose, and I don't want to do that. But I am going to remove these. Hope they shouldn't eat all of that, right? I'm asking myself. Hopefully they don't. Okay, they're already eating it all. They're assholes, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Because I don't want to risk it. I ain't gonna risk it. Okay, we'll do that. Is that in the same line, or am I just cuckoo? Why does that look weird? Maybe I am just cuckoo, it's fine. Okay. Close the door and then move the bars. I need to catch up on this chat. Hang on. Sorry. Okay, your friend called you that name one day. You go from Rick and Morty. Love that. I'm just gonna wait, I think. Then when they're inside, I'll close it all and then I'll move them all together tomorrow. It's fine. Because I don't want them going around eating all my grass. By the way, anything. I like your stream so far. Very chill and chill gameplay. You don't see the insane thing yet? I'll go insane eventually. It's okay. I'm going insane because I feel like I'm not getting this perfection. And also, I've realized we still haven't done Journey of a Prairie King. And I'm internally screaming on the inside. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's driving me crazy. I feel like we'll get there eventually, but oh my lord. But damn, they've been over here already. Allow that. Yeah, the reward is nothing. I am insane. It's fine. Auto mod is like very strict. Everyone's always getting auto modded, and I don't know why. It's usually Hannah. Then we need to figure out what we're gonna do with this area. The animals are like, what is this crazy woman up to? Yeah, listen to me, animals. I have things I need to do. And I am gonna be starting by bashing everything. Do I know anything in real life? Huh? Do you mean like anything about the... Oh, anything. Right, yes. I got very confused. I was like, huh? I'll get used to that. That's what Pikel is gonna call me now. Yes, Hannah has become, like, a regular here. We love her. Okay. We collected that. Like, do I move just the barn over there and have, like, the coop here? Because I don't have many coop animals. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you feel comfortable here. See, this is where the dilemma comes in. Do we move just the barns, or do we just move the chickens, or... Oh god. I make things a lot harder for myself. Oh wait, I can't move that yet. I think... because we have less chickens, I want more sheds so that I can do more, like, less having all, like, preserving jars and stuff out and about. Oh, crikey. No, it's fine, honestly. I find it very funny. Maybe I can put the shipping bin over here. I can put the shipping bin on the grass. Let's go. We're summoning a lair creature today. Oh, I get all the decisions of what we're gonna get. Today, we're getting the little mushroom guy. He is so cute. He very much appreciates you summoning him from the depths. He's just a little happy guy. He's a fun guy, get it? He is a little fun guy. We're gonna move him down here by chat. He's gonna look at you all. Or maybe be with the pigeons. There we go. He's counted the eggs. He's our egg counter today. Oh my god. I am so bad at giving advice, but go for it. Yeah, he's a little cute dude. He's just a happy little guy. Also, Pikel. I'm gonna call you O. O. You can redeem your daily coffee in the channel points, if you wish. It is a tradition here to redeem your daily coffee. Okay, I'll just put a lightning rod behind here. It's fine, it's fine. We're fine. Always talking to anything. Thanks for the info. Did I give info? Oh my god. See what I mean? I don't know what info I gave, but I'm glad I could help. We're gonna cut this back a little. Oh, what is in there? You, sir, are not meant to be hiding in the grass. There's a bunny down here too. Oh, the info at the coffee got you. See, my brain caught up. We're fine. Everything's fine. Did all the other animals go in? Yes, okay. Yes. I think I've become like that in my old age. In my old age. Okay. I need the hardwood fence. Which is already in my bag. Got it. Love that for me. And my dog is snoring. Okay. Love that for her. Did they go back in yet? Yes, okay. That is the true question. How many shoes does Hannah Banana have? And do you have little banana slippers? If not, I think that's a wasted opportunity. Is that completely safe now? See, I'm so fussy when it comes to my shoes. Hannah, how could you? That needs to be the next type of shoe on your list. Mm-hmm. Or just a full-on banana costume. At this point, you may as well go all in. Put that there for now. I love socks with cute things on too. And we'll put a gate here so I can access that if I need to. Where's the chicken coop actually gonna go is my question. How big is it? It's like 1, 2, 3. Is it 4? 1, 2, 3. 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 by 6 mayo machines. So we could kind of put it here, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then it leaves all this open space. Hold the front door. We're doing mail math. Can we put one here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Is that cutting it close? Possibly. We'll try it out. It'll be fine. Oh, wait. What's the advice? What advice did... What... Huh? Give you a random piece of advice? Oh, God. Oh, my lord. Random piece of advice. I can't even talk. Oh, yeah, Hannah. It's crazy. I don't know if you've seen Doctor Who, but it's like the TARDIS. Random piece of advice. I don't know. Like, don't stress over materialistic items and just live life. Love the people you love, no matter what. Live life. Be kind. I think that's good advice, right? I hope so. Although now... What was I doing? Where's my lightning rods? Otherwise these chickens are gonna eat everything in sight. They are true demons. Yeah, I've got it tattooed on me, Hannah. It's expected from me. Yes. I like the saying. I like the meaning. Mm-hmm. And don't be ashamed. Never be ashamed of who you are and what you love. Or care what people think. This world is just such a judgmental place. If you want to go out dressed like a rainbow, go out and slay like a rainbow. If it's what makes you happy, who the fuck cares? Yes. I'm also getting a tattoo with my brother on Wednesday, which is very exciting. I'll put them up in the Discord. Yes. I'm glad you think so. We are pretty cool people here. Okay. Oh god, lightning. What am I putting in here? That is the question of life. Fiber. We have so much wooden flooring now. And like, I don't think I need the big sheds. PvP, what's that? Player versus player. I used to play a lot of Apex. I play a lot of Overwatch also. So I guess you could say yes. Yes, I also love that. I love hanging out with all of you. Ooh, oh god. Let's go see Robin first about this barn moving. I should have brought the stuff for another shed. I didn't think. Yes, I get stressed. Okay, we'll sit here and wait for Robin. Although, is it yoga today? Did I miss her? Oh, I missed her, didn't I? No, I didn't. She's getting out of bed now. Let's go. Then I can see what I need for a shed as well. How the hell do I move things? Oh, move buildings. There we go. Right, okay. It's good it's raining as well. We can put a barn. Why is there a little ducky? That is so cute. Did you see the little ducky? Let's see if we can move this one also. We can. I feel like we'll probably make another chicken coop at some point. And then this barn. And we have a free row now. Let's go. Wait, is this a coop? Why have I got 2 coops? Why did I think I only had 1 coop? Now I feel like I'm gonna have to move them. I wish you could rotate, man. Because I don't want to give them that much space. I feel like I'm gonna have to give them that much space. Yeah, right? I didn't know I had 2 either. And I can't put them where I want them because I put the stupid fence there. Ah, why am I like this? Now I feel like I need another barn. How much for a barn? That's a shed. Barn, 6,000. Oh, we've got all that at home. It's okay. Okay. I am easily charmed by the Stardew villagers. Once they say something romantic, I want to marry them, but all of them do, so who should I marry in my new playthrough? Already married Sebastian, Emily, and I don't want Shane, obviously, so... Yeah, my coop did stand alone. Maybe Penny. Can you marry Penny? Or... who else? Maybe Alex. Talking to Alex has been kind of cute. Or Maru. Alex has Dusty. So does... I wish Dusty moved onto the farm if you married him. Okay, we're moving these out of the way. It's a waste of my beautiful hardwood, but it's fine. Okay. Then we need... I can't remember what we needed. Oh god. Wood, stone, and gold? We'll just take wood, stone, and gold, it's fine. They're all awful to Sebastian. I love Sebastian. I'm so excited to play VOD. Yeah, same. I like me a redhead. Okay. Construct farm buildings. I want to move some things. Robin. Or do we like it like this? But one back. Oh, because I destroyed grass. Perfectly good grass now. Because I'm so indecisive. Okay, that's fine. I can just put a fence there if I need to. And move the gate. Yeah, it's closer to the grass. Right, okay. I made a good decision. Okay, now we build a barn. Do I need another barn? No, but my brother wants me to have a lot of sheep, so... There we go. Robin is cute. That's also why I think I like Penny. Is it Penny? Where is she? She's like so small and adorable, you know? I think he's in work. I'm not sure. He might pop in if he's on a break. But because I changed my schedule, I can't remember if he's in work or not. I'm the worst. I'm the worst sister ever. Probably have to make more hardwood fence. See, this slight gap is gonna irritate me. So I might have to move the barn over slightly. Okay, beautiful. And maybe for the time being we put a gate up here. What was I doing? What the heck was I doing? Guys, my brain's gone. My brain has gone. Hello, CJ. Welcome in. Coffee, iced caramel latte, one of my favorites. Let's go. And thank you for your happy flap. I'm good. I've lost my train of thought again. I'm very all over the place right now. We're figuring stuff out. What are we talking about? Spirited Away! Hannah, I also have a Spirited Away tattoo. I have Haku in his dragon form on my leg. And I'm getting a Howl's tattoo in December. Stardew's going good. I've spent 1 mil already today, but you know, we're gonna get there. I need 10 mil basically, CJ. This is what I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I just like pretty things, and I don't know where to put my damn frog. I need to put my ancient doll. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes. Haku on my leg. I love Haku. And I'm getting a Howl's Moving Castle, like, full kind of piece on my left. Is it my left leg? My left. So I've sort of got Ghibli legs going on. And then my arms, I've got one with my best friend, which is book, like a book. And it's sort of fantasy inspired. Then I've got one with my mum. And then I've got, obviously, my treat, People with Kindness tattoo. And on Wednesday, I'm getting another one. Yes, my mum always wanted, like, this is the story behind this, okay? My mum always wanted a tattoo. But she, like, didn't know what she wanted. And it was Mother's Day. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get her flowers that last forever. So she's got a flower tattooed with, like, a little heart, and yeah, now we both have it. We both have our forever flowers. She's gonna have it forever. And I really want a back piece, like a back tattoo going up my spine. Yes. The one I'm getting on Wednesday is for my grandpa, who recently passed away. So it's gonna be very special. And then I want a spine tattoo. And I want it to be like celestial dragons. If you can't tell, I love dragons. What did I eat today? I had coffee. I had cereal. And I had chili for dinner. Also, I did not watch the new one. I was going through a, like, list of all the movies. The last one I watched was Porco Rosso, and that one was so good. I really loved that one. He is the greatest man in the entire world. I miss him very much. What did you eat today, CJ? Tell me. I haven't seen the new one, so I can't rate it. My favorite, well, the whole reason I actually got my Haku tattoo on my leg was for my uncle who passed away. He introduced me to Ghibli when I was like 6, And the first film he got me was Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. So I sort of had it to remember him, and because it's one of my favorite movies. So yeah. Granola with yogurt. Did you have fruit with that? But like, I think I love most or all of Barry's Lush. I think I haven't watched all of them. My favorite is Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. I love Totoro. I saw Spirited Away and Totoro live on stage in London, and it was freaking incredible. I want to go again. Spirited Away, like, it's creepy, but I loved it so much. I loved Ariete, Princess Mononoke, Porco Rosso. That one was so good. They're just such good movies. They just make me so happy. I mean, we should do, like, maybe, like, bi-weekly Studio Ghibli movie nights on the Discord, where we just watch them all. And we all have a rating system for these. What was I doing? I cannot remember what I was doing. I will look that up if people would be interested in that. Yep. Okay, we'll put that into the schedule. Also, Heiko, if you want to join the Discord, it is !Discord, I do believe. So if that's something you would like to be a part of, please feel free. But like, when it comes to anime, like, I've watched a few animes, but I like, my favorite is Yuri on Ice. I love that anime. It's cute, and it's like the 10th anniversary or something, and it's just like bringing all these teasers, and I'm so sad they cancelled the second season because I've watched it so many times. Is my Discord cool? It's the coolest Discord you would ever be a part of. Just saying. Right, I think that means the starfruit might be done. You believe me? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I need to keep these for the next fermentation. We haven't decided who's getting the frog yet. Are we giving it to the barn animals or are we giving it to the chickens? Who gets the frog? I'm thinking the barn animals. Look at this guy. He's just chilling, having a good time. If I was rich and I had one of those, like, cool sort of yoga areas, I would totally have a frog. Just saying. It's the coolest ever. Ever, ever. What was I? Oh, yes. I want to go and get, we gotta go to the lava place thing, Majiggy. Oh my god, CJ, your pigeon has an eye patch. Look at him. You're a pirate pigeon. Pirate pigeon. Love that. Linus, get out of the rain. CJ is in it, yeah, but he doesn't really interact much. He's just, you know, there. What level is the lava pond at? 65? No. Is it on a 70? No. An 80. A 90? A 95? No. Where is this damn lava water pool thing? Pika, hello. Yeah, I'll call you out. It's fine. It's fine. Could someone tell me where I'm going? Is it 115? Come on. 105. Dude. There it is. Okay. I need to throw this in here, right? Ooh, scary. Pika, Pika, thank you for your happy flap. And you have a giant black coffee today. You must really need it. Level 100. I saw that too late. I was getting annoyed with I'm doing well, Pika. How are you? Is it done? Let me check. Let me check. There we go. You're there. Who mentioned me? Look at it, Hannah. Oh my god. You got no face. I love no face. No face is beautiful. Oh, okay. Well, yes, it's done. Now I need, ooh, what's for dinner? Why is this a Christmas song? What the heck? I mean, I like Christmas, but not right now. I think I sneak into the wizard's... Can I sneak into the wizard's basement from the witch's hut? Because listen, guys. We're gonna get the Meow Meow. I've been watching a lot of Terraria. So, maybe it's something I'm gonna play. And if I'm not mistaken, I put it here. Cutscene! We're gonna open a portal. Come on. And the little kitty comes out. You know, I've always wanted a ginger cat. Oh my god. We got the Meow Meow. Don't touch that. Well, I touched it. Look at it. Why is it not showing up? Look at me with my sword. My kitty sword. Boop, boop. So cute. Hello, Mr. Wizard. Like my new sword. I love the references to other games in this game. You always steal things, Pika. Oh my god, why can't I get out of here? Pika steals things from me and then blames it on me. We got the kitty sword. So now we're basically like unstoppable. I know I can merge it with my infinity blade. But then I don't know what enchantment I actually want on my infinity blade. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my infinity blade, I think. Of course, Bucko, stay there. It's too dangerous. I shall protect you. Mm-hmm. It was all Pika's fault. We don't steal coffee here, okay? We just simply borrow it. I mean, look at CJ. He barely ever gets coffee. Because I steal it. Or I don't steal it. I borrow it. Oh shit, I didn't go and see, what's his face? What's the dude? Who was I going to see again? I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, the quarry. That's it. Oh, I didn't move the barn over by an inch. So I swear in the forge I can do that. And then that. Oh, I need, ignore what I just did. Where's my crystal shard things? There they are, cinder shards. So if I put you in with you, this is worth it. Eat that. I now have the Meow Meow Infinity Blade. Be jealous, mortals. Depression. But I'm gonna need more hardwood, so that's going there. I was wondering what the weird noise was. It's just my dog being an absolute weirdo. The red mullet curse is all Pika's fault. We're gonna say that right now. Anyone tells me it's not his Pika's fault, I will fight them. Oh god, don't. I hate it. I hate Shane's room so much. Look at my beautiful house. Okay, we haven't finished decorating yet, but look at my beautiful house, and then look at this dude's room. Look at it. I had to put a freaking carpet here just to cover up the footsteps. Oh, look at my children. They even have a space cow room, okay? Like, look how cool this is. I do have a beautiful house, Pika. I know. We're gonna have to sleep. And then go to the quarry. It's Elliot's birthday tomorrow. I need to find the trash catalog. It's a problem. I also found this thing, where someone set up a load of mannequins and they could, like, change their outfits all the time. I feel like I need a full dressing room, but I want the Junimo catalog. I guess I should let the animals out. Let me check if they can get through this. No, they can't. But can the ducks swim across the water and get out is the question. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. We need to move that. Oh, god damn. Okay, for now it's gonna have to stay. Look at your new area. Do not eat all the grass at once. You're not getting any more. They're gonna eat it all, aren't they? Greedy buttholes. Ooh. We have things ready. Are these ready too? No, they're not. This is a sad time. I needed 500 plus hours of gameplay. Oh god, it's gonna take me forever then. Yeah, I need a dressing room. I think it's time. Let's let the cows out. Although I feel they don't have much grass. But it's okay. They'll be fine. Look at this. Look at them so excited to come outside. And the ostrich, of course. They can't get out of that building thing, right? No? Oh, they've eaten it all already. You are all assholes. Hey, at least they're not gonna starve. I'll put that out there. They're not gonna starve. What was I doing? I can't remember. We need to redecorate this entire area now. Wheat, bok choy. What can I put in the place over there now? More weed is fine. I never drink my triple shots, and it shows. How many hours do you guys have in Stardew Valley? Oh god, 273.6. Yes, Pika, did you see the lair creature? I feel like I need to create a channel point reward. Make it like kind of expensive, but not too expensive, but you know. And then like the person who redeems it can create their own creature and I can get it commissioned. And we can add it to the roster. I think that would be fun. With the understanding of like why it would be so expensive. Because I would be, you know. I feel like that would be fun, right? I feel like we'd have some very unique and special creatures. Okay, we have to find Elliot. I do not yet. I am slowly working my way up. I will at some point have it. Where's my flute? $10 million gold. I don't have 10 million. Yeah. I need me a Stardew sugar daddy. Oh god. And yes, I did just say that out loud. Someone needs to quote that. Because that is the greatest quote that ever has come out of my mouth. Holy moly, Stardew sugar daddy. Yes, yes. Pierre should be rich, but I don't like him. No, he's the lair creature that Hannah summoned today. Okay, that's all that done. Free head pets. Also, our new emotes will be with us soon, so I'm very, very excited. And all our emotes are gonna match. Thank you for the head pets, Hannah. I love head pets. To anyone watching who isn't subscribed, doesn't have turbo or an ad blocker, ads are going to begin soon. Just a baby. Thank you, Pika. That's basically me. I just want chicken nuggies. Right? I'm the sugar daddy. God damn it. It's hard being the town sugar daddy. I'm just gonna say it now, people. Well, oh shit, we haven't seen Elliot yet. That's my final form. Little baby Khaleesi. Oh shit. Go on, hit him. Hit Mayor Lewis. Hey, what do you think you're doing? That's private property. Sam! I'm sorry, sir. I hate Lewis too. Sigh. The youth these days, sometimes I wonder if this town isn't doomed. Isn't doomed? You know the word. Why am I hiding in a bush? Why do they make me the creepy one? You saw what happened, Khaleesi? What do you have to say about this? Don't blame Sam. He's practicing a sport. Because, right, he takes all the money for himself and he makes a gold statue when the gold statue should be made of me. I am doing a Clint, Hannah. And he is mean to Monty too. Mine wasn't the selfish reason. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in his place. Exactly. If there was a park in town, I could ride there and everyone would be happy. Yeah, Lewis. I thought you were more mature than this, Khaleesi. Sam, I'm sorry I yelled at you. Just please try not to damage anything in the future. Got it? Come on, Lewis. I'll punch you in the face. Yes, sir. Also, Sam's skateboard is green and pink, which is my favorite color combination. Did you see that trick, though? That was rad. Yes, Sam, I saw it. It was cool. Oh, Bucko, I'm sorry. We need to find Elliot. Where is he? He's at the beach. He better be at the beach. Is he riding? Oh, Elliot. There you are. I'm honored that you would remember my birthday. Thank you. How many hearts did it give us? That's all I care about. Elliot, where are you? There. Oh, so close. I have never married Elliot. I feel like I would want to kill him. I feel like to me he would be worse than Shane. You married? Listen. Listen, oh, okay? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in this life, and if that means I have to kill Elliot, I will. Yeah, same water sheep. Like, maybe he's a great guy, you know? Maybe he's just misunderstood. But it's like Clint, you know? Why are there truffles here? Pigs. My guy. Come on now. He left you after the wedding? How rude. He was like, she'll take care of everything. I'll just go relax and take myself on a nice little honeymoon. Oh, what an ass. Also, this season, I think I'm going to try and go for the giant crops. He filled up the fridge? Wait, what? How did he do that? He came back after his book tour? Did he make you a lot of money? That is the question that we need answered. Did he fill up your money? What was I doing? What on God's green earth was I doing? Khaleesi. We didn't see the traveling merchant. I need the Genemo catalog. How many catalogs are there? I've added so many friggin' furniture mods to when we do our modded playthrough that I'm just like, I don't even know what's in-game and what's modded, even though I haven't added any of the mods yet. God damn it, lady, just give me what I want. She won't give me what I want. What I really, really want. Okay, okay, okay. We need to plan this new route of ours because, I'm out of floor already. You're not sure? I know, you're so great. What was I doing? Oh my god, my brain. Floors. I need floors. Okay. We need some of you. Probably a bit more of you. And then we need lots of you. What else do I need? I don't know. Oh, we'll do a few more of you. Why not? $2.5k gold coffee bean is totally worth it. I was thinking the same, water sheep. Not gonna lie to you. Only a bottle of wine. Batman. And here's the question. Do you even like wine, Hannah? Wait. Maybe we don't want this to run straight with that. Although now our cranberries are just gonna be out of whack. Maybe we do just do the pathway like this. It's fine. It is fine. Oh, I hate wine. It's yucky. I don't really like alcohol if I'm completely honest, but if I do drink, it's usually rum. I do like rum. We can put these in the corners for now. No, I like it with Coke. I won't drink it straight. I'm a baby. Come on, honey, you should know by now. I'm just a baby. Oh, I do like cocktails. I'm not gonna lie. But it depends. I like really sweet ones, like that just taste like juice. If it tastes like alcohol, I don't like it. Which kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know, I'm just not an alcohol person. Damn, she's still out. We're putting her to work. Love that. Yeah, I very rarely drink. If I drink, it has to be with someone like I really trust. Is that even or is that uneven? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I don't like that there. I just get really funny about drinking just randomly. Which might be weird, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm weird in general. Oh, I forgot I put fences everywhere. I've just made life a lot harder for myself. Being weird is the best. Yeah, the little stories are so cute. What was I doing? Pathway. I don't know what exactly we're gonna be doing. Maybe we should have like a little outdoor seating area. Now we are talking. Wait, oh. What do you mean you're a fan? I am very kerfuffled. Wait, I didn't make a fan. God damn it. I wish I could turn that on its side. Ooh, random fact. The guy who founded the practice of chiropractics said he learned it from a ghost. I love a random fact. Love facts. Love it. We needed that, right? Was that what we needed? Dun 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 dun. Maybe we put a tree here. I'm not sure yet. Also with this, I'm gonna boom, boom, boom. I feel like we don't need the fence around this anymore. It's fine. We have lots of fences. That's just decoration at this point. From my weed. Okay. And I don't know why I put that there. Oh shit, I passed out. See, I feel like if you pass out on your farm, you shouldn't have consequences because you're on your own land, you know? This bitch is gonna take money off me. I still had my pavement in my hand. Exactly. Child. Where's the other gremlin? Where is it? I feel like I need to take a catalog outside too. Although you can't put furniture outside, right? We'll take the catalogs anyway. We'll try. Child. Okay. This is where I'll have to try. Thank you, Linus. Right. I will take a look. After I've put this pavement down to God knows where. Okay. Beautiful. We're still building that. Great. Now let's see. I first have to check on my rhubarb. I'm sorry. Is it grown yet? It's still not grown. What the heck? Why does it take so long? Why do you take so long, rhubarb? We need a few more lights up around here, you know? It should be watered. It has a sprinkler, I do believe. Did I accidentally knock the sprinkler off? Hold the front door. Yes, it should be watered. The sprinkler here, sprinkler here, sprinkler here, here. It should 100% be watered. It's taking forever, that's all I know. My hidden sprinkler. I want a plant that goes outside. Yes, but can you be placed outside is the question. I'm gonna... Oh, you can! Cute. Okay. I feel like the wizard one would look cool outside. That's not the wizard catalog. Where's my damn wizard catalog? Oh, I left it. Oh, my dog. Hi, Boo. Where's my wizard catalog? Don't mind me, just walking on through. We'll see if I can put the tree thing around here somewhere. Was it this curly tree? Did I like this one? It can be placed outside. Okay, okay, okay. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Wait, wait. Dudes, hold the front doors. Oh, but then I kind of like that there, maybe. Do I like that there? And then when the grass grows around it? My weed is ready. Although I feel like I'm gonna destroy my grass. I feel like we have to be very precision. Okay, there we go. Okay, the problem with... I have to wait for the grass to grow because I have no fiber. Did I spend all my fiber on grass? Yes. Yes, I did. Wait, is my fiber done? No, it's not done yet. That's a hard time, man. That's gonna destroy my grass, I know it is. It's a sad time. It is sad times. Okay, they're obviously houseplants. I get it. Maybe a decorative... Ooh. You can put barrels out here. Interesting. That's cute. It's like a baby tree. I like plants. I'm not sure if people can tell. I just don't know what to do with these little areas that are just bland, you know? Because I feel like there's not a lot of cute outdoor furniture. Is there a bench? A tea corner? Oh, we could have like a little tea table set up. Love that. I want a bench out there though. Can you put this outside? Why is it 2? Concerned ape. What is your issue, dude? I'm still trying to find the bloody Dynamo catalog. Okay, let's figure out where we want a tea area. Where would a cute place be for tea? Maybe down by the pond? Looking at the chickens? Charlotte, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. We're casting denial on shrimpification here. Let's go. How are you doing? You have an iced coffee today? Love that. We all need hydration. We can have a cute tea area. Oh, shizbiz mothers. Okay. Hear me out. We have catalogs. I don't want to use the JoJo one. I'm not even sorry about not wanting to use the JoJo one. I am doing good. Thank you for your happy flap also. Thank you for hydrating Nyrax. He is very happy now. I'll get my horse. I think. What why does my coffee keep moving? Right. Fiber. We need more fiber, so. You can feed the horse a carrot? Hold the front door. Look at him, Speedy. I did not know. Oh, now he's the bestest boy ever. Pando is the bot for the little stream dragon up in the top left corner, who's called Nyrax, and chat can level him up by feeding him treats and giving him drinks. And he will change color and stuff. You can level him up. Right, what was I doing? Flooring. That's what we need. More floor. Oh, he's coffee colored. Charlotte's going for a black variation. We have been on the hunt for a black variation for a very long time. I feel like because we've said the color we want, we're not gonna get it. Which is kind of rude, Nyrax, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, ancient dragon. Do we like this like that? I don't like how it doesn't curve by there. That's my only thing. Maybe instead of it, we can put the tree right there. Where's the other tree? Or swamp plant. Who does not love a swamp plant? Hello, swamp plant. Let's go. Exactly what I was thinking. When in doubt, hide it with a plant. That is also my motto in real life. Okay. Do we want like trees here to make it like a plant, pretty plant area? Yeah, see, more advice for you there. Oh. When in doubt, plant it. We love us some good advice here. When in doubt, put a plant there. Makes it look 10 times better. Okay, we need... What was it we were looking for? Didn't that come outside? No, that's sad. One thing the game needs more of, outdoor furniture. Red mushroom, red mushroom, red mushroom. Tea table. Can you put cushions out here? Oh, but it's off. That's gonna annoy the heck out of me. Wait a minute. Put that there. Put the table in a corner? You think? Like that? When in doubt, plan it out. Oh, that's gonna be my new thing. I love that. I also don't know yet. I'm getting a bit, I feel like we need grass. To me, grass makes it all look better. Can you put the stools out here? You can! Cute. Hold the front door. Yeah, I need the Genemo catalog. What I was gonna do, I was gonna push it a little. I'm not sure I like the oddness of this. Hang on. Hold the front door. And how big is this table? It's a 2. There's like, how many catalogs are there? I don't know how many I'm missing, or if I'm missing many. Maybe it's this tree. Maybe we don't like the tree there. I really like the little mushrooms. They're so cute. You just hide them in the grass. Okay, so the only ones I'm missing then are trash and Genemo. See, I feel like there should be like an outdoor catalog. It's late. I don't want to pass out again. Let us go to bed quickly. Boo's in the bed. What a good boy. We'll go check her now. Because I feel like there should be a jungle catalog for the jungle furniture. Or the... not the desert. Is it the jungle, the desert, or the island furniture? Ooh, desert. Interesting. I'll go check the traveling merchant now. See, now that's not gonna fit. I thought that would have been cool. Like it's a little screen thing. But to make that work, we would have to go like one more over, and then it would be odd again, right? No, I've never played it. Although I'm recording it for YouTube, so... yeah. We shall see. We'll work more on that now. Hang on. Where's my horse? Why does my triple shot espresso keep moving? I'm doing it just for the perfection Steam achievements. And I'm recording it. I don't want to, but I have to. You, lady. You're not gonna give me what I want, are you? We are storming away. You hear these clumpers clumping away? We're clumping away. Chickens. Our battery's ready. Oh, our other barn's done. Nice. Do I need to upgrade it? Probably, actually. We'll get rid of those and those. Okay, beautiful. Is my fiber done yet? I need to waste it all on grass. Okay, what do I need for an upgrade? For the barn. Because we'll quickly do that. 12,000 wood and stone again. Okay. We can do it. We can do it. Wood. Oh god, we're running low on wood again. To the wood farm. I don't know why my pathway is weird here. Has anyone seen the movie Meet the Fockers? You should watch it. It's funny. They're coming out with a new one. I'm not sure how I feel because Ariana Grande's in it, but we're gonna see. How hard can I go with my text wall for my audience request? As hard as you want. You go for it. I'm kind of scared now that I've said that. Okay. Plant, 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 plant. Please tell me I got more seeds than that. Okay, good. I was about to have a bit of a heart attack. Is that all I got? Oh my god. I should have more. Meet the Fockers. Oh god. Guys, it's time. It's time. We're going to the throne room. We're putting the ambience on. Okay. Oh god, this is long. Okay. You're all in my throne room now, okay? We're in the throne room, and we have been requested by Charlotte. It makes it even better with, Derpy Khaleesi. Yes, the queen is a bit derpy today. Okay. Not necessarily a problem. Just wanted to offer you, our fair lady, an idea. If thou or any of thine wards can find it with your heart the kindness to give me subscription to thine channel, I will feel compelled to offer myself to run a small adventure of the Dungeons and Dragons variety for you and a group of thine choosing. Like I said, no problem or quarrel, just a mere offer that I will leave to your consideration. Please do not feel the need to accept if thou don't desire it. Oh, we have a request. A very noble request. So, you want a subscription in exchange for a Dungeons and Dragons camp, like little one shot. Is that what I'm taking from this? Oh, you have been summoned. Well, everyone has been summoned to my throne room for a you know, a request. What do we think, my people? Do we feel this is a good bargain? I love the dedication to the bit as well. I love the use of language there. That gives you bonus points. So, Charlotte is basically offering to do us a campaign of sorts, I guess, like a mini short campaign for D&D in exchange for a subscription. When does your subscription run out? That is the question. On the 20th or the 21st of August? Let me write it in my notes. Where's my notes? Why don't I have notes? I'm sure we can get you a sub. That is completely fine. What day is it today? I'll just write a general note. General note. Between the 20th and the 21st. We will put it in the notes. And that sounds like a very fun idea, actually. I'll probably be doing like a nice long stream because that's close to my birthday, so I think I vote yes. And as the queen here, I what I say goes. So, you know, I need a little gavel. I need a mini gavel. So yes, Charlotte, I think we can do that. And we can put a thing in the Discord for anyone if they do want to do... Oh, thank you. Thank you for the bonk, Charlotte. That's my gavel. For if anyone wants to try out D&D. I'm sure that would be a lot of fun. Anyway. Thank you for your request. It was wonderful. Thank thee. And now... Oh, God. Wrong one. We go back. Yes, I think it would be fun. It would be a fun thing to try out. Okay, but can anyone remember what I was doing? Barn upgrade. Right, got it. Oh, look at Boo. He's so cute. Looks like my dog in real life. I do sort of D&D, but it's more like story based, so like, yeah. You, lady. Wait, construct farm buildings. I want to move a building. What was it that was annoying me? I can't remember now. This one's fine down here. It was the damn gap. Oh, but my animals are gonna get out, aren't they? Curse you. We want to, Wait, I want to paint the building first. Stranger Things? Oh, God, the last season. What did anyone think about the last season? Let's be real. Pooley, did you requite? Did you requite? See, my words aren't wording today, people. Did you read the request? I thought the language. Pooley doesn't want me to go on a rant about the last season. Oh God, I hated it. I hated it so much. Right. Yeah, it felt so awkward to me. Yes, I think Charlotte did a beautiful job of writing her request. That is how I expect all of your requests to be going forth. I want that much love, inspiration, and detail, okay? Also, I love how Charlotte came in with a bribe. The queen does love a bribe. Hannah's like, nuh-uh. Not happening. Why does he keep putting truffles out here? I'm teasing you, Charlotte, but you know, I do accept bribes now and again. I'm joking, but also not joking. What was I doing? Why have I got so much junk on me? That is the true question. Oh God, I love it. I love it. Okay, we're working on this cozy area. Let you out of the jail. Oh God. Okay. See, I love these little stump seeds. I feel like that would go good with the Genimo catalog. A bear. Decorative lantern. Crystals. What else can I put? Can you have fish tanks outside? Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, now we're going all magical. I love it. Oh god, I don't want that there. Like, let me out of the jail and I give you 100 euros. Exactly, you get money and I gain an opportunity to be free. Love it. I can put the bear here, but not on the chair. God, yeah. The teddy bear is here for a picnic. It definitely needs grass and it needs more. I just don't know what more it needs. If that makes sense. Oh, thank you so much, Maria Mata? Maria Mata. Mariad Mata. Did I say it right? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the lair. Hope you enjoy your stay. We are chaotic gremlins here, but we love it. Okay, let's move these things back slightly. I also do hope I pronounced your name right. If not, please tell me and I will work on it. What song is this? It's from Super Mario. That's all I can tell you. Because that's all I know myself. Do I want another manicured pine here? I kind of like the manicured pine. And maybe a small version. I know there's a small version somewhere. Where is it? Oh my god, I'm so excited for the Christmas tree. Shut the front door. Wait, move that. It's called, on here it's called staff roll. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm very bad at names. But I try my best. Okay, we have another barrel. I feel like I need to put a coffee here. You can't put a coffee on there? That is rude. Don't think the crystal fits. Mr. Wizard, do you have anything I can put out here? Maybe a crystal bowl? A book? That looks cool. I do like the potted mushrooms. Maybe the red crystal bowl would look nice. You give up searching. What are we searching for? You can put a book there. The song? It literally just... Oh, this one's New Barktown now. Oh, what was the other one called? I just saw it. Wait, I'll go back to it. Staff roll. That's what it says. Staff roll from Super Mario. I didn't check on my rhubarb. Thank you for reminding me, Poolie, with that singular comment. My rhubarb. I have not checked on my rhubarb. I don't know, it just says staff roll on the thing. Why is my rhubarb not growing? How long does this rhubarb take? It looks ready to me. It's stressing me out, guys. If you're on about this song's called Prana's Plant Lullaby. Otherwise, again, not a clue. Could not tell you. I feel like this is the best we're gonna get here for now. I feel like we need more lanterns, though. Oh my god. Khaleesi. Just hold the sword. It's fine. Hold the sword. You'll be fine. My parrot does not like being not moving. Okay, that's cute, right? It's cute. We need to... Do not... Oh my god, I almost deleted that. I was about to have a heart attack. I would have cried on stream. I will try and find it after stream for you all and post it in the Discord. If you would like. I can't make promises, but I'll try. I'm not sure how I feel about this corner. Or this corner, to be honest. Why? I need more time in a day, man. How am I meant to get any decorating done in these conditions? Okay, I'm gonna drink some coffee. No birthdays. Beautiful. You're drinking plain milk. I love plain milk. Especially with a cookie or something. Or kind of controversial with the really hot Doritos. I'm gonna keep some of these cranberries. Why am I missing a berry randomly? What the heck? And here. Oh, I didn't put one there, but this is very weird. Only the flaming hot Doritos, though. I don't like... Not with, like, the cool ranch and stuff. Oreos and milk are the one, though. Let's be honest. For anyone watching who is not subscribed or doesn't have Turbo or an ad blocker... I forgot what I was about to say. Ads are about to begin. So please, oh shit. Please feel free to grab yourself a drink and stretch your legs. And I will be here waiting for your return. I should probably check on... Oh damn it, I didn't come back with more. I'm a mess, guys. Oh shit. Why am I like this? Why? I can make more grass now. Love that for us. Okay, let's put stuff away before I absolutely drive myself insane. Delete that. Delete that. Okay, I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna sell those. That needs to go away. That I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell that and that. That can go. Wait, wait, wait. Hold the front door. No, it can't. I need to keep those a second. Okay, what was I doing? We need bluegrass and okay, we're out of grass. Yes, this one's called Telltale Heights. I'm not sure, you know. I need to get that down and put that there before they eat it. It's like a mission. Don't even think about eating it, my guy. I just put it down. I need the sheep to move. Please move. Please move. Woo! Okay, and then I want to put this, like, behind. Sorry, sheep. I did not mean to try and burn your face off. That was not my intention, I promise. You just got in the way. Yeah, I've just got like a random game playlist on. But I like it. I think it's kind of like soothing. Who do I have in this other coop? That's all eggs. Which is what's in here? Okay, these are the bunnies. Okay, okay. Oh god. There's a void egg there. Just randomly. Damn chickens. Trying to get out. Is my rhubarb done? Wait. I think my rhubarb's... It looks done. Whether it is a whole other question. Let me sell some stuff. What am I selling? That. Okay, beautiful. My other mystic tree's done too. You like it too? I'm glad. Oh, they're still not done. What is going on? I'm gonna sell all the low-graded fruit. Because there's no point in keeping the low-graded fruit. Well, there probably is, I don't know it. Sell. Sell. I need to keep the duck feathers for Leo. That's his name. Now I have to find where I put my chest of animal products there. Didn't have to look far. Why have I got fish smokers in here? I'm so confused with myself right now. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Animals are good. Oh my god, I thought I sold my triple shots then. I was about to have a heart attack. A heart attack over coffee. I'll sell that one. I don't need that one. I keep forgetting to use this thing. I want to do the claw machine game again, but I bet you that dude is going to be there. I hate going to the mines and finding an iridium or stone, hitting it with my pickaxe, and it turns out to be a crap. Oh god, yes. All the time it happens to me. I swear I'm cursed. I didn't make a tapper. God damn. Heavy tapper. Where are you? Here you are. I'm missing 2 recipes, and I don't know what recipes I'm missing. We need to make more of those. Ready? Okay. What was I doing? I need to buy ores from Clint if I can get to him in time. Stupid Harvey. Okay. Shop. I need copper. Okay. And I need iron, please. Your coal is expensive, dude. What the heck? I'm taking my chest back also. Flint. Oh, I didn't. I need to get a quick quest. See, I've got the obelisks. Is that how you say it? Fuck knows. But I keep forgetting I can use them. Okay, I can put ores to melt now. I'm just carrying these catalogs around with me. I hope I didn't get that sheep stuck. It would be just my luck that I did. Okay, none of that's ready yet. I need more pineapples. I need to grow more. I need more beehives. Beehives, bee houses. However you say it. Wait. Are they missing or are they there? I can't see. I think they're there. I hope they're there. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. Okay. Okay, the sheep moved. We're good. Wait, no. Don't think the sheep actually knows what it wants. Which is understandable. We also need copper. So I'll burn some of that too. And you're not wearing your glasses, you can't tell. Oh my god, I can't see without mine. Like, I can see, but like my nose would be right up against the screen. Okay, how many years have you been streaming? I've been streaming on and off for a very long time, but this year I decided I wanted to just start doing it more regularly and take it a bit more seriously, just because I love it so much, and I'm so glad I did. I have met so many incredible people, and I've made some really great friends. Thank you. So I'm very glad that I decided to just take it and do it this year. That looks like a cool manicured hedge, right? I love that. I want to do that across some other places. Because before I used to do like Sims content, which I had a lot of fun on. I love The Sims. Yeah, I used to do Sims and Overwatch, which is like two completely different kind of genres, but I loved it. Then I stopped because life got a little hectic for me. Then I started again doing Apex and Rainbow Six Siege and what was the other game called? Arena Breakout Infinite. And then I stopped, and then this year I just started again. But yeah. I downloaded Twitch like 2 months ago. I am new to the streaming community as well. And I'm glad you stumbled upon me. Honestly, it's been great. I think it is like a hit and miss kind of thing, but when you find like your sort of people and the people you want to watch, yeah, it's a lot better. Hannah, have you only just now redeemed a happy flap? Oh my goodness. Welcome to the happy flap crew. a shame, but you know, you've done it now. Also, Hannah, on Cozy Grove, my cats hate each other. It's a bit of a problem. I don't know if many of mine are loud. I try and keep them as quiet as possible, but I can't always tell with the audio. Because they're turned down quite a lot, I think. Okay, we need to get a quick quest. That is it. Who is this? Oh, okay. 500. I'm not gonna say no. Okay. Stardew Valley Fair, which I don't really care about. The Genema one. Yeah. I added that for when we did the community center. But then I didn't want to take it off because Genemas are so freaking cute. I'm not sure if I turned it down or not. Where'd my coal go? I swear I had coal. Huh? Please tell me I did not sell all the coal. Oh no, it's in here. Okay. I put it in the wrong... Look at them! Is it as loud? I swear I turned it down. I hope it wasn't. If it is, I'm so sorry, people. I'm trying. It's hard for me to get it all right. You don't hear the Genemas? Oh my god, is the music too loud? I don't know why my audios keep changing all the time. I don't touch it. What was I doing? Quick quest. Always tell me. If something's too loud, just tell me. No, it's fine, Hannah. Never say sorry. I want your little ears to be comfortable. Okay. Quick quest time. Let's see what he has in store for us. Starfruit's done. Let's go. I will harvest it after because otherwise I'm gonna lose my train of thought and not do what I need to do. And what I need to do is get a quick quest because I have one more recipe that I need to get from him. Evil man. Oh, he wants me to do prismatic shards again. I'll do that one, it's fine. Guess what we're doing, guys? After we harvest, of course. Oh, it's all out of sync. I remember now. I have to wait. That's fine. We can get our ancient fruit. But our kegs should be done soon. I hope. These obelisks make things so much easier. What was I doing? this is all done. Are we full on hay? No, we're not. Okay. Me just zooming around. I feel like the grass doesn't grow quick enough for these guys. Did we upgrade this one? It is upgraded. Okay, so I just want to upgrade it one more time and then we can move more animals in. What do I need for the next upgrade? We need wood and stone again. Okay, let's see if we have what we need. Wood, stone. Yes, we do have what we need, but it's gonna be... we're not gonna have much wood after, so we're gonna have to go and get some. We're lucky we have some money. That's all I'm gonna say. We are so lucky we have the money. Hi, Sebastian. Freaking heck, Robin. You have one job. Maybe we should sleep. Let's just sleep. Oh, my rhubarb. And trees. We need more wood. The most boring thing in Stardew, I think this last bit of grinding for perfection, because it's all just money. It is very, like, annoying. Because I find fishing kind of relaxing. I also find, like, gathering materials relaxing. Decorating and building the farm I find relaxing. I used to hate the fishing. But then I sort of started liking it. I think it's a hit or miss. Hello, Linus. Did you go to the bath? I need to set this up for more trees, I think. I did used to have this set up for trees, but then I stopped for some reason. And I cannot remember why. I think the fishing is hit and miss for a lot of people. I will give the legendary fish do stress me out, but once you've caught them, you've caught them. Yeah, I feel like fishing in the first bit is the way to go. And it's also the skill you level up first, usually, because it's what you do first to make money. Also, Hannah, I was gonna say, the person you raided with originally, would you send me their channel just to make sure I did follow them? Because I tried to look back and I couldn't find if I'd followed them or not. And I don't like if I didn't follow someone who raided me back. You can DM me on Discord if you would like. My messages are open, I do believe. Or if you're not comfortable with that, just put it in the lounge area. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, they're set up. What time does Robin get back? There's Maru. Maybe I can just wait here. And then when she gets past, I can just order the upgrade. We just have to keep our eye on the time. And we need a really lucky day. This lady, she's dancing, drinking. I'm sat here waiting. Watch me misclick and miss it. And then I'll cry. There's Demetrius. Okay, Robin, where are you? You can walk past me, dude. No. No. I need the shop, not you, Robin. Yes. We want to build that. Beautiful. Oh my god. My phone! I'm very sorry for the loud interruption of my phone. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We got our barn upgraded. We need wood. Because Robin keeps taking it all from us. I really need to plant more trees as well so that we can get wood for everything. Yeah, literally, I'm always running out of wood. It's the one resource I'm always running out of. Oh, I forgot Bucko. Bucko, my baby. Right. Put our materials in here. Okay, that's the wood. That's that. That's that. We can burn some more copper too. Right. Is this freaking... See, it's still not done. How long does rhubarb even take? 13 days, okay. Never mind. I'm not being... It is taking a while, but it's fine. Pomegranates. I think that's all fine. We can sell all of this. Wait, what was the recipe I needed to make but didn't have the ingredients for? I know there was something. This one. I needed bok choy and cranberries, which I know I have now. I think. Please tell me I did not sell the bok choy. I did not. Let's go. I know I kept cranberries. There we go. I'll take 2. Do, 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 do. There we go. That's another one made. I don't know why I have so many chests of food. I just do. Right. Now we sleep. Hello, boo. We go to sleep. We made a little bit of money, which we love. It's a rainy day. Let's check. Fortune teller. Okay, we have a very happy day, which means one thing. I swear I had a lucky lunch somewhere. I'm gonna add to the luck buffs. Is there anything else we need? We'll take stairs just in case I panic. Okay. But I think we're good. I think we can just go. I always do that. I'll be like, I don't know, doing something, and then I'll delete the app that I'm actually using, and then it's a whole thing. Okay. We go in, we eat the lucky lunch, then we drink the coffee, then we start bombing. I don't like these floors, so I'm just gonna skip them. Eh. No, thank you, sir. I think that is what you're trying to say. Dudes, it's a lucky day. Look, I have a kitty blade now, and I'm not afraid to use it on you. Just saying. You know what? Oh! Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy your time here at the lair. It's okay, I forget to do a lot of things also. You're not alone. Nope, I don't like these floors. Ooh, hole. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I love the sound of pigeons. I love sometimes just sitting in the garden and listening to them. Because where I live there are so many. I love it. If you can't tell, I adore pigeons. Where is the slime? I know, Hannah. Can you believe it? How would anyone ever know that I love pigeons? Bombs? Okay, I don't mind bombs. We love bombs. When used for a good cause. Oh, there was a free ladder. Warp totems. Free ladder. Don't mind if I do. Dude, don't be rude. I need to build this up though. You are not going anywhere with my iridium, sir. Thank you very much. Oh shit, I don't have my... Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Thank you very much. You... Oh, I need to eat. I need to eat. Okay, that's fine. Nope. We're zooming on through. That was so rude. I'm just gonna go down the stairs. Free ladder. You know what? Don't like spiral floors. That's a free ladder. Loot chest. Crystallarium. Not the worst loot you can get. I hate freaking spiral floors. Is there any... No. Oh, this one. Let's be lucky. Come on. Nope. Special slime. Come here, buddy. Did I get anything from you? Nothing fun. Thank you very much, sir. I am looking for 4 prismatic shards, and I have not got a single one so far. Ah, Hannah, you're my lucky charm. Oh god. You know what? It's not worth the pain. It's not worth the pain. Dude, that's rude. More bombs, let's go. I'll use stairs here. I don't like these floors. My guys, I want iridium. That's all I want. And prismatic shards, of course. Anything? No. Okay, maybe we have something here. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Are we lucky or are we not lucky? Nope, not lucky. I know, but it's a very lucky day, you know? The least I expect is prismatic shards. I guess I got one. I shouldn't be greedy. What are these? I don't need them. Oh god, monster floor. No thank you. I want all this gold. Don't mind me. Hopping through, hopping off. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna kill them for the money that comes with them. Oh shit, the hole. Oh god damn. My guys, I just want the rainbow rock. Yeah, I always get the cowboy hats. I think the game's just trying to tell me I look really good in a cowboy hat. They do want me dead. Okay, I like cinder shards, that's fine. Oh, Skull Cavern Mines, be so kind to me. I will never say I hate you again, I promise. I promise with all my heart. Nope, it doesn't work with them. What do I need? That's fine. The mummies definitely want me dead, that's for sure. I do need wood. So, yeah. I do. I deserve more rainbow rocks, Hannah. That is for definite. The game hates me. It doesn't want me to have pretty rainbow rocks. Oh, Hannah. Give me galaxy souls. That's what I need the most. Come on, game. You know you want to give them to me. Nope. Gotta eat a spicy eel. God damn game. You hate me this much, huh? I give you my time and my love. This is how you treat me? You know, I always curse my brother at these times because he always has like multiple. Oh, thank you! See, you just have to say you love it. And when you're on the brink of despair, it gives you one. I know. Maybe we need to gossip about my brother more. Although I don't think my brother did the perfection legit. I think he bought it all from the Jojo man. So I think I deserve the prismatic shards more. I swear he did. Mm-hmm. That boy is all about profit. Profit and efficiency. Ah! I heard them. I'm gone. Yo, dude. Not on my watch. I want to use a mega bomb here. Mm-hmm. And a mega bomb here. And a normal bomb here. Should I take the jade? I'll get rid of that, it's fine. A golden animal cracker, I can get rid of that, it's fine. We gotta mega bomb this now. Nope, he slowed me down! Prismatic shards. For the Quee quest. Do I pass out here? Oh god, I don't want to pass out here actually. Last one. Nope, 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 nope. We got 2. We got 2 out of 4. So we're gonna put that in that chest for now. Was it 4? Yeah, 2 out of 4. The floor did not smell of rainbow rock. It smelled of disappointment. Okay, it's Jody's birthday today. But guys, it is that time where we go ahead and we end the stream. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I had a great time. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. I will put a song on first. Any suggestions for who we raid? I'm so glad, Hannah. Let's look for someone to raid. Why did the song stop? Should we? He is, but I think I have someone that we can go ahead raid who actually inspired me a lot with starting gaming and stuff again. So please give them some love. And I shall see you on Wednesday. Thank you, everyone.